The science is conclusive. The World Bank warns of coming crises. The U.S. military is preparing for future crises. Of course, I'm speaking of climate change, and it's the #1 issue for our communities. Our politics, our economic systems, our entire lifestyles must change in response. From our consumption of consumer goods to our use of energy, from the foods we eat to the water we waste. The way we have been living threatens the future of our children and grandchildren. Capitalism is based in economic development that is continuous, and continuous economic development on a finite planet is not possible. Everything will change because of this. We need to build a sustainable community economy, and that means closed-loop local economics, that we produce more of the goods and services we require locally, that we produce the vast majority, if not all, of the food we need locally, that we lower our dependence on fossil fuels with energy plans that reduce transportation. We need to build and protect public water systems that are affordable and safe for everyone. We need to support living wages so our young people can build a future in the communities in which they live. We should create public, cooperative, community-based economic development corporations that are arm's length from local government, that can oversee this new strategy. In construction that will be needed for building these local economic development initiatives, high density is the only measure. We must build local communities where we involve commercial and residential together to again cut down on our transportation costs. Climate change is a global issue that must be tackled locally. It represents a great danger globally and a great opportunity locally. Let us not be afraid to grasp this opportunity. Thank you.
My name is Marc Lefebvre, and I'm running for mayor of Parksville. I'm here today to talk about the best team to lead Parksville during the next 4 years. As you listen to all of the candidates, ask yourself this question: who best demonstrates the leadership qualities that are required to bring us together as a united community to meet the challenges that lie ahead? The next 4 years will be among the most important in Parksville's history. The next 4 years will require hard choices and strong leadership. The next 4 years will require Parksville to work more closely than ever with other governments, regional, provincial, and national, to meet the challenges facing our city and our region. During the next 4 years, Parksville's mayor must be able to create and maintain strong, respectful working relationships with all segments of our community: our youth, our middle-aged folks, our seniors, our businesses, and our community organizations. During the next 4 years, Parksville's mayor must be able to both lead and unite City Hall, the business community, community organizations, and others. During the next 4 years as Parksville's mayor, I will lead a unified, transparent, and accountable City Council that focuses on 4 essential actions. Number 1, investing in infrastructure, with a new water system the #1 priority. Infrastructure gives us our quality of life and our standard of living. Number 2, maintaining fiscal discipline, which is more than freezing taxes. It's about getting the biggest bang for our bucks, keeping in mind that the global, national, and regional governments are all struggling. Number 3, working smarter together, for creative solutions can come from anywhere, and we are an interdependent community. We need to work together. Number 4, focusing on the fundamentals: our economy, our environment, and our quality of life. I ask for your support, and that you elect me Parksville's mayor for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bill Neufeld, and I'm running for mayor here in the city of Parksville. As mayor, along with the support of council, I will implement many of the things that the residents of Parksville have told us needs doing. For example, put in a water treatment plant that Parksville needs now and for the foreseeable future, one that we can afford. Second, lower property taxes to less than the annual increase in the BC Consumer Price Index. 3, protect the beach, Parksville's main asset, by grooming the sand, by buying the available waterfront property from landholders at fair market value, and by culling the geese to prevent estuary erosion. Number 4, implement a waterfront trail by extending the walkway to Rathtrevor Park and Resort Way and connect all of the trails in the city, mapping them. Number 5, promote the redevelopment and renewal of the downtown area to include pedestrian streets, green spaces with people gathering areas, and 2-, 3-, and 4-story buildings that people can live in and create a vibrant downtown. We have to provide sufficient parking, and the city presently owns much property to facilitate the development of the downtown area. Number 6, stop paying for a train that doesn't exist and we can't afford. Make use of the rail as a trail for residents and tourists alike. 6th and 7th, increase the charges and fees to pay for the required infrastructure, such as sewer, plants, roads, sidewalks, and lighting. All of these things require doing, and in fact, they're all going to take a great deal of money, and one of the things that we will have to do is also provide for growth. We will have to provide a new sewage plant, and that is part of the take that considers where we're going as far as a city with respect to growth. Again, please vote for me, Bill Neufeld, Mayor of Parksville. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Heidi Abbott and I'm running for Parksville City Council. I've lived and worked in Parksville for many years. I understand the challenges we are facing. I have relationships with many seniors and they tell me about their concerns. I've also been talking to the younger people and they have concerns as well. Many, like myself, want their whole life to be in Parksville. I want to be a part of helping to make that happen. Although I see our city moving in positive directions, we are going to be facing some important decisions, and there is still more that can be done to help it grow as a strong, vibrant community. A strong Parksville will have thriving businesses, attract tourists, and offer diverse job opportunities. A vibrant Parksville is one that has a strong arts and cultural community, with a wide variety of indoor and outdoor activities, and appreciation for our quality of life. A healthy Parksville will have a secure and sustainable and affordable water supply, respect for the environment in the decisions that are being made, and advocates for health and emergency services, accessibility, and transportation. I moved to Oceanside over 30 years ago with my family. I went to school here and so did my children. Right now I have a Bachelor's of Commerce degree and I'm working on a Master's in Community Development. My background in commerce and community development will give me the skills to get up to speed fast to get the job done. We have many assets that will carry us into the future. We can build our economy without sacrificing our lifestyle and environment. I invite you to connect with me so I can understand your concerns. My website address is ourparksville2014.ca. Most importantly, get to know the candidates, make your decision, and go to the polls and vote on November 15th. And if you can, help others to vote as well. It's our Parksville. Let's build its future together.
Hi, I'm Michael Donegani. I'm not a developer, builder, I'm not in tourism, I'm not a member of the Chamber of Commerce or a realtor association. I am simply island-born and a Parksville resident of 20 years. I want to be your voice, a resident in City Council. Parksville residents have serious concerns about and may be gravely impacted by the mandated water treatment plant. While this is not our only concern in our community, it will undoubtedly be the most expensive project in our history and our legacy. The cost seems as fluid as the subject matter, but the impact of this project is immediate. Currently, the total bill falls on us. Federal and provincial reps are non-communicative and vague, and they are not telling us what their proper share is. They use empty political speak, transparency, accountability, and sustainability. As residents, we want what MP James Lunny wrote, a commitment from senior government. We want transparency, show us the money, accountability, give us our money, and sustainability in action, not just in lip service. The Liberals want $7 billion for the Site C Dam. The Conservatives want $1 billion for each of their peacekeeping jets. We want the funding amounts and timelines for our needs and our future. I will not be satisfied as your councillor with photo opportunities of tree planting and ribbon cutting. I will be satisfied when our taxes return to us and our community, and when the mutual responsibility of these grand projects are properly shared. If we are forced in any way to fund this water treatment plant disproportionately to our capabilities, We will not have the money for the homeless, palliative beds, youth projects, and infrastructure upgrades. We must vote, and we must encourage the discouraged to vote. As your full-time counselor, I will listen and I will be listened to. I am Michael Donegani. A vote for me is a voice for you.
Hi, my name's Jim Gordon. I'm running for City Councilor in the City of Parksville. I love this city, and I spent many of my summers here as a child. That's why I've chosen to raise my family here. I have entered this race with absolutely no personal agenda whatsoever. That being said, it seems the two big issues for the city are the water treatment plant and the burning of wood in city limits. On both these issues, all I want are complete transparency and for democracy to run its course. Therefore, I am here as a blank slate. I promise to get out and find what the people of this town want and to implement your ideas. Parksville's a beautiful city. Let's keep it that way. Thank you.
Friends, I am excited at the development of our downtown center in the past 6 years, starting with the Thrifty Center, Co-op, Kingsley Manor, and the great transformation of Wells Street. In the next year or two, we will have the new Save-On Foods, Canadian Tire, an 18-unit condo on McMillan Street, 29-unit condo on Lombardy Street, just to mention a few. The city is looking great, and that is why I want to be elected for the next 4 years. But we face some very hard financial decisions. We have an $38 million water treatment plant and aquifer storage. This project also comes with a $450,000 operating cost per year. I believe we should have a complete review and a new set of eyes on this board before we go much further. I also think we should continue with public dialogue to make sure we get it right. My second concern is the spiraling cost of wages and taxes. Since 2000, taxes have risen 54%, commercial 60%. Over the same period, wages have risen 35%. In the next 4 years, taxes will rise another 8% and wages another 9%. We have many seniors on low fixed incomes that cannot afford these increases, and further, young families are struggling. If we want our city to move ahead and be prosperous, we cannot price ourselves out of the market. Your vote is important. You must vote for those who can make some hard decisions. Your vote for Al Greir is a sound choice.
Hi, my name's Rick Honaizer, and I'm running for City Council of Parksville. Since the last election, I have kept involved with local politics. I've gone to city council meetings, spoken up when the opportunity arose, and have fought for our rights to walk along our foreshore in our bay, in Parksville Bay. Since then, I have gone to court, and the charges weren't wrote up properly, but the judge did invite me to come back. Now, downtown development. The City Hall has got in the way of every development that we have put forward. That, not me, but developers have come. The Legion wanted to build a new building. A new Legion with condos up above, got together with a developer. At the end, the city tacked on another $3 million onto that project, killing it dead. The developer walked away. That is not getting downtown built. Now, with our water is fine in Parksville. We have enough water to supply 40,000 people with water. The demand is from the surrounding areas. They want our water. They want us to supply Nanaimo, French Creek, outlying areas with a safe supply of water. That is not our job. If they want to become part of Parksville, they can. Now, in this upcoming term of 4 years, decisions will have to be made. You will be part of them. There will be hearings, and you will all learn the truth about water, the development downtown, and our rights. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
My name is Kirk Oates, and I'm running for council in the beautiful city of Parksville. We're blessed to live in a beautiful and pristine place with an abundance of natural features. I will stand up for Parksville, and I will stand up for you. I will work to create inclusive relationships with residents, community groups, and our regional neighbors by promoting the respectful dialogue that is so necessary. I stand for open and transparent government and a balanced approach that is responsive to the people of Parksville. I will keep the lines of communication open. Over the next 4 years, Council will face challenges that require thoughtful and well-informed decision-making in the best interest of the whole community. I will listen and then act. I am an experienced negotiator with skills in problem solving, conflict resolution, and community building. I will work to bring our community together and build those relationships. As a former town councillor in Bonnecourt, Alberta, I bring the necessary skill set to ensure that the future of our magnificent city remains bright. I have a proven track record with a strong focus on collaborations between the various levels of government. I understand that this job is all about the people. It's all about you. I have extensive experience working with people, and I'm comfortable from the grassroots to the boardroom. Parksville residents can rest assured that their interests will always come first. I have the skills, integrity, and enthusiasm necessary, and the strong desire to give back to the community that I have come to love. I want to be part of shaping Parksville's very bright future. I'm Kirk Oates, and together we can make Parksville an even better place to live and work. I would be honored to serve and respectfully ask for your support on November 15th. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Teresa Patterson, and I'm running for a seat on Parksville City Council. So where do we go from here when only 8 cents of our tax dollar comes back to each municipality? When we're faced with millions and millions of dollars for a new water intake and treatment facility that's been mandated by Vancouver Island Health Authority. And that's just one of the very many issues that we're faced with in Parksville. So the understanding of transportation, roads, water, sewer, parks, and infrastructure are the basics of being your city councillor, I feel. My vision is having a sustainable community which meets the needs of its residents, and that Parksville welcomes families with employment and a place to raise their children. With our aging demographics, that we ensure that we have proper health care service providers, and that economic social development needs to keep pace with our infrastructure. I support youth activities and promoting sport and tourism and recreation facilities. And I believe when residents are informed and engaged in the decision-making process, that we as a community thrive. I am so proud and honored to have raised 2 children in this community, and I've lived here for over 20 years. I believe that balancing the bottom line with the needs of the residents today and tomorrow is vitally important. I'm working in this community and I'm listening to you. And on November 15th, I'm asking for your support because every vote has a voice.
Good afternoon. My name is Roy Plotniko. I am a candidate for City Councillor in Parksville. I have lived in Parksville for 36 years. We need to change how we do things in City Hall so residents of all ages can enjoy and afford to live here. These are crucial times in respect to projects such as the water treatment plant that we need to get underway in our city. Yet City Hall seems to be slipping farther and farther behind. The city's obligations are not being met in a timely manner. This is not acceptable to the residents of Parksville. Very high water rates and residential taxes not only cause undue hardship on residents, they also inhibit city growth. Since 2007, our water rates have increased dramatically, in some cases as much as 270% higher than other cities. Hard to believe your past city council could let this happen. We pay more for water in Parksville than residents in Osuyas, Nanaimo, Qualicum, Campbell River, Kamloops, and Ladysmith. Our taxes have increased an average of 2.7 times the inflation rate over the last 5 years, yet City Hall still struggles to fulfill its obligations. We need to reduce the tax burden on the residents of Parksville to at least the national inflation rate. In order for this to happen, we need to vigorously scrutinize City Hall's fiscal policies. Residents of Parksville, We need change in City Hall. I ask for your support to make this happen. With a new City Council committed to change, we can pull together as a team and work hard to get the job done for you. Thank you.
My name is Paul Reitsma, and I'm seeking a seat as councillor for Parksville. Now, it will be 4 years that we'll be sitting on council, and there will be at least 4 new councillors and new mayor in Parksville. Now, common sense matters, and good decisions matter. Parksville finances are in terrific shape, but we can't afford to slide back to high taxes and high long-term debt. Our job is to make sure that when you turn on the tap and you flush the toilet, the water is there, that the roads are paved and there are no potholes and the snow is removed, and as well as the ice when necessary. And of course, to make you feel secure. You can phone the RCMP if there are problems. Fiscal restraints matters very much, and I want to be part of the long-term decision-making, representing your voice and views on council. Now, I do have experience in business. I owned my own travel agency for 30 years. I was a partner in a motel for 10 years. I served as president of 3 parents' advisory committees, and I'm a member of 2 choirs, the Village Voices and the Parksville District Community Choir. I also have political experience. I was mayor of Port Alberni for 1 term, councillor also, and I was mayor in Parksville for 9 years from 1987, and I served in both regional districts. Now, my goals are very specific. No tax increases for the first year, minimal increases for the next 3 years, affordable and long-term secure potable water supply, vigorous promotion of our area as a holiday destination, encourage business to locate here, minimum governmental red tape, and foster respect and teamwork amongst council. I'm looking for your vote. Paul Reitsma on November the 15th. Thank you.
I'm Leanne Salter, and I'm running for Parksville City Council because I believe we need council members who take direction from the community they serve. As alternate Area F Director for the Regional District of Nanaimo, as well as the Parks and Recreation Commissioner, I've been voting on motions on behalf of Parksville for the past 3 years. I've lived in Oceanside for over 45 years, attending school in Anus, Parksville, Qualicum, and Arrington. And I've worked at many landmarks in the area, including the Island Hall Hotel, the Dog and Suds, Quality Foods, McMillan Bodell, and more. I have been an intrinsic part of the social and economic growth in District 69 because this area is my home. I will reflect the choices and directives of people who live in Parksville. The people that I speak to on the doorstep are very concerned about the Englishman River water project. Council have not ensured a second option if the aquifer storage and treatment plant is not viable. If elected, I will bring the water project back to the community for reassessment. I will ensure that official community plans will not be amended without community approval. I will endorse fiscal oversight and hold the line on taxation and borrowing. I will establish a review of the excessive water billing rates, which are creating a financial hardship for residents. But most of all, I will take my direction from the community, and I will provide credible representation that voters can trust and respect. On November 15th, vote Leanne Salter for community-driven representation.
My name is Caroline Waters. I'm a resident and homeowner in Parksville, and my passion is public service and public safety. We have all chosen to live, work, and raise our families and remain or retire in this beautiful city for different reasons, but we all have one thing in common. We chose Parksville as our place to live. Fundamentally, local government must provide and invest in core services. Those services make living in Parksville the right choice for each of us. The essential services of sewer, storm, water, roads, and all basic infrastructure are the critical foundations that make our community a great place to live. Funding these services must take priority and must be managed in a both fiscally responsible and innovative way. This contains a plan for the long-term investment necessary to maintain these systems over time. I believe strongly that we have great city staff and we are well served by the men and women who work in each department, from engineering to administration. I am committed to a pedestrian and traffic review to address public safety. The significant growth surrounding us has a severe impact on our residents, turning residential streets into speedways and school zones into hazard zones. I will work with residents to initiate a full traffic and pedestrian safety review. Our economy and tax base depend on a diversified economy which includes business, tourism, light industry, and technology. I'm committed to supporting our business community to ensure we have the supplies and services our residents need and the jobs and opportunity for our youth. We enjoy an abundance of grassroots small businesses, and they add greatly to our economy and the quality of life we lead. I'm proud to be from Parksville. I'm a hard worker. I'm very familiar with our community and have worked and volunteered locally for the past 20 years. Thank you.